my face with moisturiser, and then I'm sketching out my design with the Marc Jacobs Highliner in shade Overnight, which is the navy blue. I'm just sketching out the lines of a face mask, making sure I leave semicircles by my ears where the straps would be, and now tracing it along the jawline. Going in with MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in shade NW20. I'm now patting this in with a face brush all over the top of my face above the blue line, and then doing the same on my ears and in the semicircles. Going in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in shade C1, I'm now cream highlighting the small area of my forehead, down the centre of my nose and under my eyes, patting out the remainder over my eyelids. This works as an eyeshadow base. I needed a little bit more on my forehead to cover some blemishes, so I added that. Now going in with a sleek brow kit in shade medium and a NYX brow brush, I'm filling in my brows following the natural shape, which is a more HD style effect. Taking a P. Louise eye base brush, I just cleaned up the area with more concealer. Going in with the BPerfect Cosmetics and Stacey Marie Carnival XL Pro palette with shade Soft Spot. I am using a small detail peach and cream brush to fill out the crease. Then using the shade Pillow Talk, which is a matte white shade, just to blur the edges. I'm going in with another peach and cream small detail brush for the centre of the crease in shade Mood, which is a navy blue. Sing along Hannah Montana there. And I'm blending these two blue tones together, switching between the two brushes and the two shades until the blend is seamless. Going back in with the shade Pillow Talk just to blur out those edges. Now I've gone back in with that Makeup Revolution concealer, again on that flat P. Louise brush, and I'm cutting out my crease. I'd always fill in the crease a little higher than the natural crease, so when my eye is open you can see it. Then gone in with the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette with shade Glam Rock, which is a silver metallic shade, and used a flat angled brush to pat that all over that concealer. Then gone back in with the two blue tones to blend that outer edge, and then use shade Mood on the bottom lash line. Going in with a inner corner pencil brush and using the shade Gold Luxe from the Carnival palette, which is a highlight shade, then using a Technic Get Gorgeous white highlighter on the brow bone and in the inner corner too, and then use the Peaches and Cream small face brush to highlight the cheekbones and down the centre of the nose. Going in with the Anastasia powder bronzer in shade Cappuccino and a Zoe Ayla brush, I am now bronzing up the edges of my face, around my forehead and slightly onto the cheekbones where the semicircles of the mascara, and down the side of the nose. And now just curling my natural lashes with a Primark eyelash curler, and then applying the 3D amplified mascara from Primark Beauty in shade Black all over my top and bottom lashes using a roller motion on the brush. Using the Mehron Paradise paints, I'm now going in with the shade Teal and filling in the majority of the mask using a small arts and crafts brush from the range. These are really soft, so they're perfect for face painting. And then I'm leaving a slight space around the edge to fill in with the Mehron Paradise paint in white for the edge of the face mask. I'm doing the same along the jawline with the white paint. And then filling in the semicircles where the join of the mask would be. Just tidying up any edges, going back in with that teal paint. Using duo glue and then the Tatti TL8 lashes, I am applying those over the natural to give my eyes a bit more emphasis. These lashes are really full and fluffy and reusable up to 20 times. Going back in with the Marc Jacobs Highliner in Overnight, I am now sketching out my scrubs and the stethoscope. and then I'm marking out where the pocket would be too. Going back in with the shade Teal, I am now using a quarter brush to fill in the majority of the scrubs and make sure I go around the outline of the stethoscope to do this. I'm trying to keep most of the brush strokes the same way so that it blends easier. Scrubs, I went in with the dark blue paint from Mehron and filled in the outlines of the stethoscope, and then used the white paint to give it the metal effect on the metal areas of the stethoscope. Going back in with the navy blue on the earbuds. There is a missing piece of footage where I did all the shadows. I just went back in with the 2 blue eyeshadows from before from the Carnival palette to create these on a fluffy brush and then a angled detail brush, and used the fluffy brush to blur them together, just using a picture of a doctor in scrubs as a reference. An angled eyeshadow brush, I'm now going in with shade Lights Out from the Carnival palette, which is a matte black shade, just to add more shadows under the stethoscope to make it look 3D. Add in some more depth into the creases to make them look deeper, so you get that 3D effect, and then in certain areas around the mask to create that shadow so it looks like it's standing off of the face. Also did the outlines under the sleeves so that it looks like the sleeves are real. Added some more depth into the detailing on the mask now so it looks like it's folded up. Now going in with the white Mehron paint, I'm adding the highlights real with a fine detail brush and patting in where needed to make them blend in a little better. This is just to create a more 3D effect on the highlights and shadows to make everything pop. I've done the same on the rubber area of the stethoscope, so now that is the look complete and you are an amazing NHS doctor. If you want to recreate this look yourself, please tag me so I get to see all your designs, and I'll also tag the doctor's image from Instagram that I used to create this. Please everyone, stay home, stay safe, and only go out when it is essential to do so. Like, comment and follow if you want to see more. Thank you!